Guys, I ain't covering Ginga vs Kyoya because that's very long. You guys already seen enough videos on YouTube about Ginga vs Kyoya in the manga and Kenta vs Benkei, so I'm going straight to Ginga vs Doji. Ginga is a straight menace in the manga, makes easy work of Doji, and completely destroys Dark Wolf, breaking it into 100 pieces. And Doji just laughs it off like, doesn't mean anything to me. Then just casually proceeds to invite him to Battle Blade. Here we have this fodder punching bag, Busujima, who crushes Sagittario into little bits. And bear in mind, Madoka's not in the manga, so the Blade of Spirit is enough to repair the Beyblade completely. Kenta then takes the fight to Busujima and destroys him with his new special move, Sagittario Flame Claw. If you guys remember from the anime, he made his special move while fighting Hikaru, but Hikaru's not in the manga. So he creates a special move fighting Busujima, this fodder punching bag. Then we get Reggie, who's just done dirty in the manga overall. Looks better, but is way weaker. Literally fighting Sora, who couldn't even make it into Battle Bladers. Ryuga intervenes in the battle and just makes easy work of him. He says, you will make for good entertainment. Not even a good opponent, just little entertainment. And the fight was done in like 2 hits. Flipping heck, man. But then we get Tsubasa and Yu, who have completely different style and different looks. Well, Yu kind of looks the same, but Tsubasa looks quite different. And yeah, in this manga, they are genuinely evil. It's not Tsubasa being an undercover agent. It's not you just being a manipulated little kid. Nah, these guys are genuinely messed up. They got dark moves. When I saw this for the first time, I was like, flipping heck, dark move, you know. Brazy. But obviously Kyoya and Ginga beat them in a tag team battle. Forward a little bit, we've got Benkei, who's speaking to Kyoya about the new special move he's perfected that he was going to use against Ryuga. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, but I'm so pissed off that this kind of relationship was not in the anime between Kyoya and Benkei. It's a much more even relationship. It's not just Benkei meat riding Kyoya 24/7. They genuinely have genuine respect for each other, and I believe this is how it should have been in the anime. The only thing I do disagree with, however, is that they made Kyoya look like a yes man cheerleader, and he just became a nobody near the end of the series. We can see Benkei put up a good fight against Ryuga, but unfortunately it was not enough, as Benkei ultimately had to sacrifice his bull. Man, and then Tetsuya, the crab, just comes out of nowhere. The manga does a really good job of deceiving you, thinking that an opponent is going to be strong when they just turn out to be absolutely rubbish. Kyoya makes easy work of Tetsuya, literally crushing Mad Gasha into pieces in like 1 or 2 hits with Lion 100 Fang Fury, and then says, I warned you not to mess with the Face Hunters. It's pretty cool to see him rep Face Hunters. He even has the same eating habits as Ginga and Masamune, which just shows how much they turned him into a joke. And then here we go, Kyoya versus Ryuga. The best battle in the anime turns out to be one of the deadest battles in the manga, as this is quite a one-sided affair. Leon's constantly having to run away because he knows he can't fight head-on. Unlike in the anime, he was fighting head-on. So he tries to bring El Drago down with him, and to no avail, it fails horribly. However, he did manage to break one of Ryuga's claws off, which was, it was alright. This fight was satisfying to see because I did not rate Reggie at all. Reggie, that guy was a flipping scumbag, bruv. So Ginga again rips in his Beyblade and completely shatters Serpent into pieces. With one move, with one counter assault. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And then we get the final battle. And don't get me wrong, even though in the manga as well, there's a lot of this nonsense facade about plot armor, etc, etc. We do get to see Jinga's battle IQ get put on full display. And I think it was really cool to see. These guys are going in a back and forth, which lasts literally about, I don't know, 7 to 10 pages. And we can see El Drago constantly growing stronger with the anger. The guy literally has blood pouring from his eyes because of how hard he's pushing himself. His friends try to intervene to help him, who are all in the hospital. And obviously it's to no avail until they start cheering for him. And then I don't want to spoil it. Hopefully it comes up in a slide from here on. But Jinga's Bay evolves into Galaxy Pegasus mid-battle just by shouting on Pegasus saying, I know you can do it, which is a bit of a shame. I would have loved to continue to see Ginga actually use actual skill instead of just uniting with the power of his friends. But hey, it's Beyblade, so can we complain? And yeah, fast forward, now we get into Metal Masters where we can see Masamune with his potato chips just making easy work of everyone. And then Kyoya appears talking about, don't underestimate me. This encounter almost felt like Helios, the way he looked at everybody and the way he just looked down on everyone, not caring. Masamune in particular got it the worst. But now we're seeing Masamune literally one-shot the third strongest blader of the entire series after dodging his special move Line 100 Fang Fury, which is just absolutely insane in my opinion. And for those of you who don't like Masamune, I know this must have pissed you off. Wasn't as shocked as when I saw this though, to see Shine was actually quite a sadist in the manga, actually treated his teammates, his subordinates quite harshly. We can see that Chao Shin is not there, Mei Mei is not there, but to be fair, for mangas it's good not to have too many characters as it keeps it more engaging in my opinion. Also moving on now to Julian, we can see Julian also lacks a lot of empathy in the manga as he attempted to completely destroy Striker throwing it in fire, however Masamune was able to catch it in time, sustaining serious injury along the way. Bro even slapped his little brother literally halfway across the world simply because his younger brother was telling him just to calm down a bit. And we get a backstory into why he acts the way he acts. It's because his dad never gave him any attention. However, this all changes when his dad finally says he's proud of him and we have the nice little moment. Anyone who's still watching this far in, you're literally at the best bit. This is where it just all goes left. This is where it gets dirty. Ginga, there's literally an assassination attempt made on him. Argo, Iron and Doji fully tried to kill Ginga. They literally put a bomb where he was and he could have been killed. Until Ryuga intervenes and says, I am not going to allow the person who beat me to lose to such a pathetic trap. Madness, absolute madness. Ryuga then mocks Argo, completely violates him. Bro literally spins his Beyblade with his hand, absorbs all the power from Rago, including the power from his special move, and then hits him with a dark move, which I'm surprised he still had, especially considering he'd probably been freed from the dark power at that time. But then obviously Ryuga doesn't want to blush as Jinga's bigging him up, so then he just cusses him out. What brotherly love those two have for each other, man. I missed out a huge irrelevant chunk to skip to this bit, and this is where it really picks up. We can see Julian's life gets taken away from him, and then all the other bladers, including Kyoya, gets one-shotted by Damien. Damien is flipping broken in the manga. Unfairly broken. And bear in mind, Jack is not here either, so it's literally just Damien and Zio. And even though Zio may have got absolutely clarted by Ginga in this match, Zio did not lose a single game before this. Damien never even had to battle because Zio used to win every single battle. So I gotta give him props for that. And also another funny thing is that Zio and Masamune, and another funny thing about this is that in the manga, Zio and Masamune genuinely don't know each other. It's not like in the anime where they're friends and Masamune leaves them to go and join Japan. No, they just genuinely don't know each other. And after his loss to Ginga, that's the last time we ever see him get any screen time at all. Another big detail is that Dr. Ziggurat is not in the manga, and it is in fact Doji who controls Damien and Zio. He isn't betrayed by Ryuga like how he was in Metal Fusion, but just simply broke ties with him, terminated ties when he couldn't deliver the job. And to summarize this up quickly, we get a backstory into Ginga changing his bandana from Metal Masters to Metal Fury. When he had only a single wing, he was only half a blader. When he had both wings, he was a full blader. And now we can just see how menacing Doji is again. He was literally selling missiles to terrorist organizations, my bro. Damien then just summons this huge meatball, I don't know why he was doing it, and just completely destroys Galaxy Pegasus. Literally killing Ginga in the process. Yes, killing Ginga. He goes to the afterlife and sees all his friends. His friends go on this little speech talking about it's too early for you to die, we're going to send you back to go and finish what you started, and then they all die of cardiac arrest. Yeah. The manga really is dark, man. But yeah, we see Ginga go back, starts crying, and then evolves his Beyblade into Cosmic Pegasus. Look at the beauty. And then out of nowhere, Ryuga makes a savage appearance again. I think this literally kills Doji. In the process of literally interfering with the battle with Ginga and Damien, Doji falls down a huge pit and says, Faust, I want to battle you. And then we see these 30 pictures of Ginga and Ryuga fighting side by side, and Faust and Damien fighting side by side. Nah, Kurbix just looks scary as heck in the manga. But it doesn't even matter because Jinga's able to overpower the attack. We can see Twisted Tempo and Meteor or Drago going back and forth. But Damien does eventually lose as Pegasus is able to counter. So when he sees that Ginga defeats Damien, Ryuga says there's no way I can't win it now. So just releases his special move. And then evolves his Beyblade into El Drago Destructor. It evolved by beating Twisted Tempo, which I think is so much cooler than how the Star Fragments evolve the Beyblades. And then after Damien loses, he releases the souls of all the people he killed and bringing all of them back to life. And they consummate their friendship. And we actually get to see a bit more of Damien, which is something that I was really happy about. Then after that, we just see, with negative difficulty, Ginga just beats everybody. And is getting so bored because he has no strong opponents. Even beats Yuki quickly. And my bro, I'm not even going to call this a long-awaited rematch because that would be an insult to the matches these guys were having in the anime. We can see Kyoya and Ginga go at it again. That counter mode is actually very, very cool. But it's not enough as Ginga bodies Kyoya, pardon me, once again. And then Kyoya's demoted to cheerleader. As we can see, he's crying. God then has his awaited rematch against Ryuga. And I'm sorry, but at this point, I'm convinced the anime just purposely wanted to do everything almost exactly the opposite to the manga. In the anime, we see Ryuga make easy work of both Ginga and Kyoya. I'm not even going to count Yuki because that guy is just so dead. But in the manga, Ginga beats Kyoya and then Ryuga. He beats Ryuga for the second time. And Ryuga acknowledges, I enjoy my matches with you, which is pretty cool to see. But yeah, he's just OP. I don't think he lost a single match. I'm not even joking. And then Aguma appears as an actual genuine fist giant. They have a really, really good battle, but Ginga wins. King then goes and versus Ginga, who has more Bay points than Ginga. But still, Ginga somehow manages to win, even with King's right and left rotation. We see Sagittario use Diving Claw. This was against Johannes, by the way. We see Tiffy beat the Cheyenne. We see, once again, King, who had more points than Ginga. And I was wrong, he had double the points. We see Kyoya again demoted to comedy value. And we see Ryuga, who appears out of nowhere to join in their beach battle. Just to try and win, then leave. And like, he's just trying to be Yujiro Hanma. I don't get it. I'm joking. Yujiro Hanma's trying to be him. Then we get Kyoya's younger brother, who interferes on a motorbike, but obviously loses when Ginga uses his new special move, Sand Blast Attack, from underneath the ground. He just makes special moves as they go on, just for the sake of it. And then we get Rago. We get a preview of him, how he looks as a monster. We see Chris make some Badman entrance from a flipping US warship and just destroys Kenta in like 5 hits. And we see that Masamune, Ginga, Chris and Tiffy are the semi-finalists. And then we just see Ginga and his dad in an urban city, and Ginga's just being a glutton as he always was, talking about Nemesis and how destructive its power is. We literally see Ginga, not only does he have the power of his friends, but he has the ability of his friends in the manga, as he can literally use his friends' moves. And I think another cool addition about the manga is that the legendary bladers already know their role. They don't have to be taught it. Chris already knew he had to defeat Nemesis. Tiffy already knew he had to defeat Nemesis. All of them already knew they had a part to play, which was pretty good. But then we see Rago come out of nowhere with his badass appearance and literally has missiles, full-on missiles shot at him. He just literally absorbs it, crushes it, acts like nothing happened. And again, just even more a testament to how OP Ginga was. He literally got Rago to respect him. In the entire anime, Rago never once uttered a single person's name. But Rago actually said the name of Ginga and said the name of Pegasus, which showed that he saw Ginga as a very strong worm, a derogatory word, or human, you could say. And then we just get some more side monologue of Ginga and everyone there dressing all dapper, wearing suits and all that crap. We see all the old characters. Kyoya and Ryuga are trying to intervene in some battles, but they bring out wrong Beyblades, so they have to turn around and then go back. Ginga's dad makes an awful looking Bey, which, to everyone's disappointment, walk away without saying a single word, and Ginga says he'd rather have his Bey. And then we get Ginga and Ryuga, the dynamic duo, literally fighting Ginga's dad, who appears as a giant and has prototype Nemesis lodged in his chest. This was like, I don't even know what to say. I don't want to keep saying crazy because I know you guys are getting tired of me saying that. Then we get Ryuto, who refers to Ryuga as his older brother in this scene. And Ryuga, being the guy he is, says please. He didn't even say please. He said, don't refer to me as your older brother because you're so weak. You have no right to be my little brother. They both combined their special moves in order to stop one earthquake or two. I don't know what it was. Ginga and Masamune go into a cave to see how Ginga can master his Cosmic Pegasus and get his new special move, Super Cosmic Nova. Doji talks about how he wants to take over the whole world. And that's another cool thing. Doji's not aligned with Nemesis in this monologue, in the manga. They are two separate factions fighting against each other. Ginga's just so OP. He literally defeats all of Doji's minions in one shot. And when Rago says it's time to fight Ginga, he literally flies, just takes flight and zooms to literally halfway across the world to fight Ginga. And then yeah, from the get-go, it's only Rago versus Ginga. In the anime, it's 10 legendary bladers. But again, Ginga's just so broken, he takes on Rago all by himself and is worth 100 million Bay points while Ginga's only worth 1 million. We can see Cosmic Pegasus get shattered into bits, but with the amazing, beautiful, delicious plot armor and Blade of Spirit, Ginga's able to pull it back together and somehow defeat Nemesis. Yeah, can't get any worse than that, surely. Just joking, it don't get worse than that. But I'm not going to take a whole video to cover Shogun still. It really deserves a short. And it was really cool to see some of the people that gave their power to Ginga. We saw the Garcias give Ginga their power, Ryuga, and even Doji, the biggest antagonist of them all, which was pretty cool.